In today's video, how do you know when the diet is over?
All by myself.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and today's video is going to be on the topic of how you know when it's time to end your diet. And I'm going to give you a few variations on the answer because depending on your goal, the answer to that can be quite different. And I got this question for this video topic from the comment on my last video. So I'll link that comment, I'll link this video and that comment so that person gets it. But what I'd like to do is start giving more feedback to you guys on the tubes, all right? So if you're finding my videos and you're finding them helpful, what I would like to do is start doing more content directly for you, right? Getting more in depth with your specific questions. And so I'm gonna start going through them and I'm going to start making videos about the topics that I feel are gonna benefit you guys. So before we get started on the topic, I just have to rave about this tank top. I never buy clothes. I am literally the worst at buying clothes, especially in the fitness field. You just get so many free clothing articles. Well, I got a gift certificate and I went to the Nike store and I bought this tank top with the Jordan logo, and holy crap, I need to go buy like 50 of these in every single shade. It is so comfy. Yeah, so man, if you guys have these Nike store Jordan tank tops and you really try them out. They're really nice. So yeah, what a weird thing to say, Paul. Anyway, so let's talk about how you know the diet is over. Well, for most people, it's a very personal decision because you set a goal for how you want to look or a weight you'd like to reach. Now, if you're associating success with a number on the scale, I really don't like that. Yes, when we want to lose body fat, we need the number on the scale to go down, but there are certain times in our life when we have, let's say, less muscle, we're not eating as much, we're younger, we're still adolescent, that the scale on the number might reflect that period of our life being very lean. But one thing I found, especially with working with a large population of women, is that that number can often increase. But because of the association of success being placed on that number, let's say it's 117, right? And I'll have someone lose a bunch of weight and they'll get down to 121 and they'll look amazing and they'll be like, but coach, 117 was the number. And I'm like, sometimes you got to reassess the number. That's where coaching comes into play, right? We have to have these discussions with people because we can get unrealistic expectations for what success looks like. So if your only association is with a number, there's a good chance you're going to be disappointed, right? Because when you reach that number, it's going to be hard to stick there. It's usually going to be lower than we want it to be, especially if you're doing resistance training and you're eating healthy and living a good lifestyle. So I would start to say, know when the diet is over. For most people, let's say you're not working with a coach and you just want to diet down. The diet is over when you start to not enjoy the gym, the cardio, the diet. You've lost a lot of weight, but at this point, you're starting to plateau. You're making changes to the plan. You're putting in more effort, and the effort is not being matched in the results. When that starts to happen, it's time to start looking at either taking a diet break, changing some variables, maybe looking at what you're doing for your training, doing for your cardio. Maybe you're just not motivated anymore, okay? Motivation comes and goes, but what doesn't come and go is discipline. So if you set yourself up on a disciplined plan where you're doing things every day to be successful, the motivation can come and go. Because I can tell you right now, I myself am dieting and I'm highly motivated right now, right? The scale is moving, I'm seeing changes in my body, I'm excited for where it's going, but there will come a time in a few weeks where motivation's gonna be gone. I'm gonna be sick of eating the same old foods. I'm gonna be sick of doing cardio. I'm gonna be sick of not going out and, eating a ton of food. And, it's going to become a little bit tedious. That's where setting up a plan is going to really help. So if you are finding that motivation is the issue, that the diet is ending, this is where discipline comes into play, all right? So if you reach a place where you've lost some weight, you're no longer matching the results, maybe it's time for you to take a break. Plan to take a break by bringing calories up, bringing cardio down, getting a change of scenery, maybe start going to a different gym. I have a couple different gyms that I go to, and sometimes I just like changing the scenery. That might help you guys out too, okay? So another way to know that the diet is over. Well, there's a date. Okay, so let's say you have a wedding, let's say you have a beach vacation, let's say you have a family reunion or a high school, something that has got you excited for the way you're going to look when you get there. Well, when the diet is over is when you have that event, but you have to have a plan, okay? You can't just diet for an event, a date, and then have no plan coming out of it, because you're going to leave yourself in a worse position than you started if that's the case, okay? Hopefully you're undertaking these diets as a way to change your lifestyle. If you change your lifestyle, success is going to be much higher. If you are just changing for 12 weeks with an approach that is not sustainable, something you hate, food you hate, cardio you hate, waking up early that you hate, training at times that you hate, it is not going to be sustainable, and you're going to end up right back where you were. Long-term success is all about creating sustainable lifestyle changes, okay? That's what really encompasses success. So, when is the diet over? The diet is basically over when you reach a point where you're sick of losing weight, okay? When you're sick of the process. Does not mean you have to be done forever. No. We can do things like diet breaks, okay? Go back to maintenance for a little while. Now understand, maintenance is dynamic. Your maintenance is not going to be what it was when you started the diet. It's going to change as you've been dieting for a longer period of time. So you need to pay attention to what maintenance is, right? But sometimes you can bring up calories quite a bit and reduce cardio quite a bit, and you will keep the scale stable. I see this all the time. And it's a great feeling when you can eat a little more, mentally relax a little bit, not feel like you have to put so much emphasis on how many calories you're burning per day, and still maintain at that body composition. Because guess what? If you do that for a long enough period of time, you're going to be able to get even leaner, okay? So some people that I work with that go through extreme fat loss, I got one client right now, Joe, he's down from 370 down to 280s, right? So I'll post his pictures and share a lot more of him once we get to that 100-pound loss. But we just did a 2-week diet break, and during that 2 weeks, he did not gain any weight. Full diet break, cardio down to hardly anything, calories brought back up, and right when we went back into fat loss mode again, super motivating, he dropped like 3 or 4 pounds that first week. So yes, there are periods where if you are sick of it, if you can maintain and not have these binges and overeating sessions because you're doing things the right way, well, you're going to have a lot better chance of success. So when is the diet over? The diet over is when you say it's over, okay? Your brain is going to tell you, your body is going to tell you. Hopefully you reach your goal, and maybe that's why the diet is over. If you're competing, it's going to be on a competition day. If you are just trying to get down, maybe it's a dress size that you want to wear, right? Maybe it's a waist size or something that fits you that you don't like, that you used to be able to fit into when you were younger. That's a good way to determine when the diet is over. Do not put pressure on yourself to be dieting year-round. Perpetual dieting is probably the biggest mistake you can make. The people that are constantly losing and gaining the same 5 pounds of body fat, it's not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for you mentally. It's not good for your body. I would prefer you focus on not being in a mental state where you're cutting calories all the time, and instead give yourself breaks, okay? That's going to be it for me today, guys. But as always, the comments below are where I get my content for you guys, for the tubes. So I'm going to try to go through and catch up on these comments when I get a minute to catch up. And thank you guys for all the comments. Thank you for all the new subscribers. It's been amazing to see this type of growth on my channel. You know, I put a lot of effort into it this year, and I gotta say, YouTube is my favorite now. Sorry, rest of social media, but I love you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All by myself.